Everybody, hate to bust. So what we're trying to do here is help you get some guys that we think, based on their current average draft position, that you should maybe think about avoiding, or just draft them in the proper spot. Some of these guys are 100% going to have a good year this year. We know that. But some of these guys are getting drafted so high that they have to have a great year to have the same ROI that you should be getting based on where you have to draft them. So just be cautious. That's all we're saying with these guys. We're not saying that they're undraftable.
/ overvalued.
Yes, that is what's key.
Check out all of our rankings. Get on the website. Check out our cheat sheet. And if you got comments, if you think we're wrong about some of these people, feel free to post it in the comments.
Oh, and you will.
Responding to questions on YouTube this year. So let's get started. I'll get this one out of the way since I know this one's going to get some hate. Trey Turner. I get it. I mean, we actually really like Trey Turner. He's in our tier 1 for shortstop, but here's the issue. His ADP is 10.
Wow.
So I compared to Carlos Correa last year. That's about where he was going, and he didn't return. I mean, he had a good year, but he should have, based on his numbers, he should have been going like 3rd or 4th round. And I think with Turner, that makes more sense, maybe late 2nd or whatever, but I don't think he should be going late 1st. Yes, the potential is there. He could give you value there, but it's all about taking risks that make sense. And to me, that risk, it's more about just wanting him on your team because it's fun and he has all the hype around him, and it's not necessarily a good gamble.
I'm just going to move right on. Take that in as you will. Chris Archer, starting pitcher I'm going to be talking about here. And his ADP right now is about 50. And so the thing about Archer, if I was to tell you, you had to take a pitcher that almost had 19 losses last year, a 4 ERA in the top 50, without a name, you're kind of like, oh, I don't know about that. And the thing about Archer, though, he does have some good stuff, so we understand that point of it. He did have a much better second half of the year after the All-Star break, so I understand that. But, Johnny Cueto, Strasburg, they're all going right around the same, and I would just like him over Archer. They just feel a little bit safer. I know there's some injury concerns, especially with Strasburg there. But just keep that in mind with Archer. He's the type of guy that if he falls into my lap, I am happy to grab, but he's not the type of guy that I am reaching for. And I feel like people are reaching for him at this point a little bit.
Giancarlo Stanton's next, and this pains me because I love Stanton, and that's part of the problem. Is I think a lot of people love Stanton. They love watching him hit those 500 feet home runs. He's getting drafted in around late 30s right now for ADP, and there's a difference between what I think Stanton is, or a youngster that's like on the rise and he could have a breakout year. Like Stanton's 27. I feel like we have a good gauge on what he can do. And if you got extra points for hitting longer home runs, fine, but that's not the case. But he's never hit over 290. He's only had over 100 RBIs once, and he has good home run totals, but he has kind of been all over the place. And I think it's more about just his name and just the excitement that he brings that moves his ADP up. But I just don't see him having elite fantasy seasons, which is what people are hoping for if you're drafting him with the 37th pick. I'm sorry, I love you, Stan.
Next guy I'm going to talk about is actually getting drafted ahead of him, and that is Trevor Story for the Colorado Rockies shortstop, going at about pick 30, which there's definitely that. He came onto the scene, ESPN showed him a ton, that hype. But he was solid, and I think he could have another good year. He did have 27 bombs. He did have a torn ligament in his thumb, so note that he's coming back from that. But the power that he had, his best minor league year ever was 20 home runs. So a regression from 27, even though he missed time, is not out of the realm of possibility. I don't think you're going to see a surge as a 40 home run guy or something insane like that, but just keep that in mind on draft day again. He's going to be drafted, but we just want to be safe, buyer beware. That's what a lot of these guys are. We know we're saying some big names.
Ian Desmond's next, and I like Ian Desmond, and especially in fantasy as a shortstop. But he doesn't play shortstop anymore. He's in the outfield, and losing that position eligibility is huge. So you need to check your league. He might still have shortstop eligibility in some leagues, but most are just moving straight to outfield. And when you put him in there with only the outfielders, all of a sudden he doesn't look as good. He's a 2020 guy, but his average has been inconsistent through the years. And I just think for where he's going around the 50th pick, it's just way too early. I think people are just remembering what he brought to the shortstop position, and it's not the same once you move into the outfield.
Another guy that's going around pick 50 is Yelich, outfielder for Miami. And we love him. We liked him. We liked him as he was coming up. He finally did what we thought he did. And he's doing all of the things that you're kind of like, all right, this guy could take it to the next level, right? Last year, he hit free average, 300, 21 home runs, almost 100 RBIs. So why is he on this list? It's because everybody has seen this and everybody has seen the growth. And he's going to start going quicker and quicker in drafts. And the rankings on other sites, we've seen him around the top 5 for outfield position, which we just can't put him there yet for us. I mean, that's the thing, and since he's younger and he's got a little bit of the pedigree, he just is starting to get a way too overhyped. We like him too, but the hype has gone too far on him in our opinion.
Yeah, he's moving up a little too high. Marcus Stroman's next. Now he's going a little bit later in drafts, around 155. But I think people are just they're seeing what he did at the second half of last year, and they're excited about it. He had a decent second half, but it's just where he's getting drafted. He's getting drafted in the realm where you're looking at all those young starting pitchers and you're trying to find that guy that's going to take it to the next level. But the one thing I always look at for finding that guy is the K to innings pitch ratio, and Stroman's has never really been that good. So I think he can be a solid pitcher. I think he can give you a lot of quality starts, but because of his K potential, I just don't see him taking it to the elite level. So again, where he's getting drafted is right around those guys that could, and I just don't see Stroman as one of those guys. He could definitely give you value at 155, but I don't think he's going to jump up really high.
Next, I have Jose Bautista going around pick 105. And the thing about him, he's at 250 or below 3 years in a row. It feels like the days of the 40 home runs are long gone for him. Even though it wasn't that too long ago, it feels like a while ago. And the thing that's also interesting, he tested the open market. He did not get many, if any, offers. So all the GMs in baseball that clearly, I know if there's sometimes you're like, these GMs are idiots, but they know what they're doing. If they're not willing to give him money, I don't know how much I'm willing to invest a high pick in him. So, again, but if he falls in my lap, I'm like, sure, I can take some power. But those 40 home run days, I don't think they're here. I think they're gone. Sorry, buddy.
Billy Hamilton's next. And again, one of my boys.
Sorry, buddy. Jeez.
I love Billy Hamilton, but he's going around the 50th pick. Like, this makes no sense to me. I mean, I know he's got speed and he's fun and he can, basically carry you in that category, but in 411 at bats last year, he only had 25 extra base hits. I mean, it's just too early to be taking a guy that's just purely a specialist. I mean, yes, he is the specialist, but the 50th pick, there's way too much talent at that point in the draft to be taking Billy Hamilton.
This next one, I'm not even going to get into stats for you, but Benintendi for the Boston Red Sox. It is so starting to annoy me that since he is on Boston and he's in the outfield, they're like, he's the next Mookie Betts. He's not the next Mookie Betts. Everyone's like, well, he's probably the most likely to be a first rounder next year. The only reason they're doing that is because he's playing alongside Mookie Betts. I think he's a great talent, and I think he could be very good. I'm saying it right now, he will not be Mookie Betts next year. Ain't gonna happen. There is no chance that is gonna happen.
Taking a stance.
Oh man, I hope he doesn't do great. He's good, trust me, he's good, but he's not that. I mean, every time it's like, he's the next Mookie Betts. I just got the next Mookie Betts.
Before we get all the hate, we like a lot of these guys, and I would love to have a lot of these guys on my team.
I could draft them if they follow the right spot. They could all be on my team.
Like Christian Yelich, he fits exactly what I look for. I like those doubles, but it's just you can't rank him as the number 5th outfielder. I mean, not until he shows it to us. I mean, it's too much. But
so hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, leave a comment if you want, hit the little bell to get notifications, check our rankings, check our other videos, like us on Facebook. What else? Twitter.
Give us your busts that we think we forgot about.
Yes, and don't, we try not to do like the guys that are getting drafted outside the top 200, because those aren't busts, they're just not good.